Well, welcome back now to a topic that we're all seeing all around us here in the USA. According to the Veterans Affairs Organization, virtually all service members will have emotional reactions after returning from deployment overseas. In New York State alone, 22% of returning veterans have a probable diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder and/or major depression. Now, the studies show the feelings and behaviors are normal, especially during the first weeks that someone is back home. Now, one Long Island vet who was deployed to Kandahar province in Afghanistan during the bloodiest year on record is now paying it forward, though. He started an amazing organization that is helping in the reintegration process, especially with some unusual and innovative programs to try to help veterans readjust to civilian life. He is Patrick Donohue, and he joins us now. He heads up a new support group on Long Island to help returning vets adjust to life. After enduring deadly combat, the organization is called the Project 9 Line, and welcome to the show, Patrick.
Thank you, Richard.
First of all, the name of the organization, Project 9 Line, what does that mean? Tell us about the name.
Well, when we're in combat and we take a casualty overseas, the way you call for help is called the 9 Line, medevac. It's 9 specific pieces of information in order that you tell to the person on the other side of the radio.
You mean like if there was an attack on a unit of servicemen?
Roger that.
And the people who are trying to help you, there's 9 things they have to know.
Well, it's 9 things you could say to them in order, so that way it's very fluid, so they can send help to you as fast as possible.
So any veteran knows when they hear that it's like, here's the help you need.
They sure do, and I was hoping within that name it would open up, communication to civilians asking why, and it's working.
Well, tell us about your wartime service, because you know firsthand what's needed, and I think that's an important credential for other veterans, that they see you've been through this.
Yeah, I've been through it. I am them, and I struggled when I got home immensely, and I've overcome it. So there's my experience in combat. I was my brigade commander, which is a full bird colonel. I was his assistant / bodyguard / coffee maker / everything in between. There was a lot asked of me, and I helped run the operations of almost 5,000 troops, doing missions on a daily basis.
Well, we've all been shocked to come and see that folks who went and served this country and risked their lives, some of them come back with grievous injuries, missing limbs, that they're really having a hard time. Some of them don't have jobs. Some of them have mental issues. Some of them are homeless. We're seeing them on streets. We're seeing them in soup kitchens. Well, besides what is happening, what do we do about this? And what is your organization doing about it?
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of great help out there. And myself, I'm very, very fortunate. I came home alive. I have all my limbs. So I'm very, very lucky, and that's not so for everybody. And those are the extreme cases. But there's also a lot of other guys and girls that have come home and they struggle to reintegrate.
Now, you've taken a very unusual approach. You use stand-up comedy, music, art. Tell me about some of the programs you're offering the people. Explain what's being offered there.
We're doing some different things because there's a lot of great help out there, right? But my thought on it is once they get this help and get well, how do they stay well, right? Getting involved, helping others, and communicating is the key.
So then rather than just sitting with a therapist who's going to get you to talk about your feelings, which a lot of veterans just don't want any part of that, you're doing things like having them do stand-up comedy, singing, writing songs. Explain why that works instead. Well,
I figure that communication was the key, right? Whether that be to each other or to the community. And to open that up is not so easy. So the arts is a good way to start.
And what's been the response? I mean, can we go see veterans doing comedy somewhere?
You can. We actually had a workshop, and it's our stand-up comedy program, and 12 veterans took the class. 7 graduated, 2 females, 5 males. We all performed in front of a sellout crowd for the first time in front of people. It was truly amazing. We were funny, too.
Humor solves everything, but and they're probably pretty funny, too.
Oh, we were hilarious, yeah.
How does it help them, though?
Well, it helps with anxiety, depression, getting out, getting networked with other veterans. They're all friends now. That group that went through that are very, very close now.
And you see that life goes on.
Yeah.
And then they find they have talents they didn't realize they had.
Exactly. That's the funny part. Now, I believe we probably created a few soon-to-be professional comics, honestly.
And then it's not just that. You have people writing music, poetry.
For sure. We actually last year we threw the world's only Veterans Music Festival. And we had 26 veterans, a bit more actually, but perform on 5 stages, all genres of music, at Vetstock is the name of the event.
So how does somebody find you? Project 9line. Just look it up online, or
yeah,
what?
project9line.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on all the big social media outlets, but our website is there.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you so much.
Because, you know, this is not something we can overlook, right?
It's my pleasure. I'm very fortunate to be doing it.
And we appreciate you doing it. Thank you so much. Patrick Donohue, president of Project 9line, helping returning veterans integrate back into civilian life. Thank you for what you do and your time today.